What's going on, y'all? It's Young Guapo back at it again with peace of mind. Here to give you a piece of my mind to help you have more peace of mind. Yes, sir. So let's get straight to it. Today's topic is why you need to take risks and be uncomfortable. Alright, so the reason I'm doing this topic is because a lot of people are very complacent and love being where they're at, or don't really love it, but they enjoy being where they're at. They're complacent and they're satisfied, or they think they're satisfied with where they're at, when they have a lot more potential to grow. They have a lot more things in store for them in their lives, and there's a lot more that's inside of them that could be revealed to the world, and they have a lot more purpose and a lot more just potential. There's just so much more to life that I feel like a lot of people aren't tapping into, and I feel like a lot of people are just afraid and just don't really know the first steps to get started, or don't really want to take those first steps out of fear. And just it takes a lot of courage and confidence. So this video is just to help those people. So if you know anyone like that, make sure you share this with them. And if that's you, then make sure you stick through to the end. Number one, I came up with 6 reasons. Number one is growth requires discomfort. Growth requires discomfort. In order to have growth, you have to be uncomfortable. You need to take risks in order to see how far you can really get, to see what you can handle, to really see your capabilities and what you're capable of going through, handling, and accomplishing. Because you really won't know unless you're uncomfortable. You got to think about it. When you're comfortable, you're only doing the same thing you've ever done. So how could you ever change, and how could you ever improve if all you're ever doing is the same thing? And you need to be able to try new things out. So it just makes a much more interesting life. Like there's just so much more to life than just doing the same thing every day, unless those same things are things that are uncomfortable for you. Like, for example, exercising, no matter who you are, it's very uncomfortable. But for me, I find comfort in being uncomfortable while working out, because I'm used to it. That's really just what it comes down to. I'm just used to it. So as I'm there, like in pain, it's like, my body hurts so much. But in my mind, I'm not really thinking my body hurts so much. I'm thinking, wow, like I'm growing right now. Like, oh, this is great. I can't wait to see how I'm going to look in a couple of months, couple of years from this work that I'm putting in. But also, not even that. I literally just don't really think about it. Like, it's just like I feel it, but it's just a feeling. Like, I'm able to identify it as just a feeling, not as something that identifies me, or as something that is keeping me, or a pain. Like, pain isn't pain anymore. Pain is just something that I feel, and I feel it. I take it in and I feel it, and that's really just it. Like, it doesn't really hurt. Like, I can feel the pain, but the pain doesn't hurt. I can just tell that it's pain. And I feel like that's the same way with a lot of things in life that require risk. For example, if you have anxiety with relationships and talking to people, it's like, okay, yeah, you're anxious, and you should be able to still feel that anxiety, but you shouldn't have to be like, okay, because I'm anxious, I have to not talk to people. I have to stay inside my own little shelter, my own little bubble. It's more like, okay, I'm right now, I'm extremely anxious, and I could tell that I'm anxious, and I know anxiety is a trait, something that I struggle with, and something that I know I have to deal with. But I'm just gonna feel it and not let it get to me, because at the end of the day, I know A, B, C. I know this, and this. I know I have a good personality. I know the people I've talked to like me. I know my friends like me, and this person doesn't know me. So there's no reason why I should be afraid to talk to them. And it's just little things like that, where it's like, okay, yeah, you're anxious. Yeah, you're afraid, but you need to develop that trust, and just have that. You need to be able to have that ability to push through that and really just continue pursue, regardless of the things in your path. And that goes with anything, regardless of the fears you have, because at the end of the day, these feelings are just feelings, and feelings only have the control over you that you allow them to have. They could really have nothing over you, and you could just live life the way you want and be in complete control. But if you feel like, if you let your feelings control you, then you're gonna have a much harder time controlling your feelings. But yeah, growth requires discomfort. You need to be uncomfortable. You need to put yourself in situations that you wouldn't normally put yourself through. You need to put yourself through things that are going to enable you to expand and grow, things that are going to help your mind grow. Like, say you hate to read, then you challenge yourself. Like, okay, I'm going to read this book. I'm going to read 10 chapters a day from now on to the end of the year. I'm going to read 10 books this year, just something like that. Just anything that is out of your comfort zone. Or if you're bad at talking to people, okay, I'm going to make an effort today when I go to class. I'm going to make an effort to talk to 10 people. I'm going to make an effort to talk to 5 people. And you actually go through and do it. And as you do it, you grow and you become more comfortable with doing it, and you become better at doing it, to the point where you start to realize, like, wow, this isn't even something that bothers me. I don't know why this ever bothered me. And a lot of our fears are extremely irrational too. So there's a lot of things that we worry about that aren't even real worries, but because we overthink and over worry about all these things, our brain starts to give us these things and these thoughts that don't even make any type of sense. Like things like, oh, they're not gonna like me, they're gonna hate me because I'm just too ugly. I'm just too ugly for anyone to ever like me. But then you go and talk to people, and you're like, everyone, and you say, like, hey, like, say y'all get really really close, and one day you're just on the heart to heart, you're like, hey, do you think I'm too ugly? And they're like, what do you mean? You're just gonna be like, what do you mean? And they're like, never mind, never mind. Yeah, what did I mean? I don't know what I was talking about. And stuff like that happens. Like that's real life. It's really things like that where you just overthink so many different situations. And if you just do it and put yourself in the uncomfortable situation and allow yourself to feel whatever you feel in that situation, but not to let it stop you, don't let it be debilitating or something that keeps you back, then I promise you, you will experience growth and you will get better at it, and you will overall expand who you are as a person. That helps me to go to number two. Number two is risk helps your potential, helps you to see your potential, helps you to be able to be like, okay, I've done this now. What else can I do? How much more uncomfortable can I get? How much room for growth really is there for me? What else can I take on? Because if I thought that would stop me, now what about this other fear, or this other thing I was worried about, or this other thing that I was thinking about that I was not about to do because of my fear? But now you see that you're capable, you see you have potential, you see that you have power. There's actual things that you can do, things that you're able to do, if you just put your mind to it and tell yourself that you're going to do it, and don't let it stop you. And that's really what it comes down to for a lot of things in this life. A lot of the fears we have are extremely irrational and really don't matter that much. So if we really just take the time out of our day, or take the time to just go through with it, and over time you just start to see, as it gets easier, as it gets better, your potential increases, you're able to do more, you're able to do, because it's like, you can't really go backwards if you keep on pushing yourself. The only way is up. So it's like, you got better. Okay, how much better can I really get? What more can I do for myself to make sure that I have the best life possible, or that I'm the best version of myself possible? And it really just encourages you and helps you to love being you. And it's just a beautiful thing. But yeah, it helps you to see your potential and see how much you can really grow, how much you can endure in this life. And it kind of becomes addicting to challenge yourself, because as you challenge yourself, you start to break through these milestones and barriers and challenges and tribulations and things that you thought you would never be able to reach and accomplish. You start to see yourself breaking through these things and doing them with ease. Maybe with ease, things that you thought for years you couldn't do, you start to do with ease, all because you knew that you should have been doing it for years. All right. Number three, entertaining. It is entertaining to be uncomfortable. It's entertaining to, I don't know, it's fun. Like, I wouldn't say fun, but it is fun. Like, it gets fun. A lot of the time when you beat something, it's like a challenge, like in a game. Like, you beat a challenge in a game, yeah, you didn't really gain anything, even if the challenge had no reward, but life has rewards, so it's not the same. But still, the challenge in the game does have rewards. But aside from the point, if you do this thing and you see, like, okay, I'm able to now talk to people in public. I'm good at public speaking. I had a terrible fear of stage fright, and now I'm able to talk to people through public speaking without any fear at all. Then you start to realize, like, wow, that was great. Oh my, I feel so good. I feel so great. Like, I just did that. And it's fun, it's entertaining, because it's like, you want to do it again. I don't know how to explain it really, but if you do it, you understand what I mean. If you've ever accomplished something in your entire life, then you probably can relate to this feeling. But yeah, it just feels good. Like, it's entertaining, it's fun. You're like, oh wow, I just got this killer workout in. I didn't even know I could work that hard. Wow, I'm so excited. to see what I can do next time. And a majority of the things that do require you to be uncomfortable or take risks are always going to have, majority of the time, they're going to have positive, unless you're like jumping off a cliff or something. But other than that, majority of the time, they're going to have positive results on the outside, and things that you get to see that are tangible or just internal that you get to relate to and see like, wow, this was great. Like this really helped me. That was a blast. And just that accomplishment, the feeling of completing something, can feel really, really good, and will lead to you feeling like you're entertained. So yeah, entertainment. 4, it encourages self-love. When you start to take risks and challenges and put yourself in uncomfortable situations that enable you to grow, you start to learn more about yourself. And as you learn more about who you are, you start to love yourself more and more, because you become aware of yourself and you start to know yourself. And as you know yourself, it's kind of like relationships. Like the same way when you meet certain people, you could tell that, okay, this person is obviously very comfortable in their skin. This person really knows who they are. This person really, really likes being themselves. And you could tell they like being themselves. You could tell they enjoy being in their skin. And I feel like it's a great thing to have, because it draws other people to you. It makes other people, because you could see it in them. So imagine when that's you, it helps other people see that in you. And the same way that you see it in them, you're going to see it in yourself as well, because you will love yourself and you will start to know yourself more. It's like you're building a relationship with yourself. So you become more self-fulfilled also, and you don't need other people as much, because you start to see your capabilities, the things that you really are capable of, and you think like, wow, if I can bust my butt in the gym every single day, then why am I so worried about making all these friends who have nothing to do for me, who aren't even working out, who don't even go to the gym, who don't even care about their bodies, who don't even eat right? Then why am I so worried about what these people think about me? And it just helps you love yourself more. It helps you have more self-value, self-worth, and you just feel better about yourself, because it makes you not want to be around, also makes you want to not be around people who aren't actively trying to push themselves forward in life and trying to make something of themselves, because you see the difference. And I don't know, bad company corrupts good character. That's somewhere in the Bible. I don't remember which verse. But number 5, you need to take risks so you can take more risks. What I mean by that is exactly what I said. So I don't really think it's too much elaborating to be done on that, but it's like I said, as you do things, you start to realize like, what more can I do? What more can I accomplish? I'm on top of the world right now. Nothing can stop me. I got myself, or I got God, and if God is for me, who can be against me? Like just things like that. Like you just start to feel better about yourself and start running a race. And it's like, oh, I've gone so far, I might as well keep pushing. Let me see how much further I can go, how much more I can do, how much other risks I can accomplish, how much other things of my character that I thought that were holding me back, or how much other like milestones I can reach and accomplish, and how much more I can make my parents proud, or how much more I can make me proud, or my kids, future kids proud, just, or current kids, just all that. It just helps. It helps you take more risks, helps you have a better life, and ultimately leads to helping you have more peace of mind. But that's number 5. Number 6, reduces regrets and increases successes. The more that you make yourself uncomfortable, the more that you put yourself in these situations, the more that you accomplish, then the more that you do not regret, because you've already done them all. Like you've seen what you could do, you've tried it out, you've seen that you can do, you've seen what you can't do, you know who you are, and you don't really have much left to regret, because you've already tried everything. So it's like there's no reason to regret, because you know, okay, I did this and this is what it did for me. I did this and now I'm able to continue living life better. I did this and now I know I can't do that, and this doesn't work and this does work, and I've been through it. So what else can really stop me? You just feel unstoppable, and you feel like you can take on the world, and it's just a great feeling, and increases your successes. What I mean by that is it increases your successes, like your successes increase and you accomplish a lot more. You feel better about what you've accomplished, and you start to look back over time. You start to look back and be like, Like you could really just look on the past and see where you came from and how much better you feel now that you've come so far, and you don't regret anything because it made you into who you are today. And you start to see that, wow, if I never took those challenges, if I never accepted that challenge or tried to push myself or put myself in those uncomfortable situations, then I wouldn't be who I was today. And you're able to just feel very, very good about yourself. You're able to feel great, actually. Like you'll really be proud of who you are. You'll be proud of the person you've become, and you just be proud to keep on living life, and you want to keep on doing more, see what more you can accomplish. And it's a great way to live life, tackling the day's challenges, because life is challenging. So if you're able to tackle the day's challenges, then you feel unstoppable, because life can be hard, but doing these things makes life significantly less harder, significantly easier. And that's a huge thing about all of this, just making life easier, because a lot of people feel like you're comfortable, you love where you're at, you don't want to take a risk because you might lose what you have. But what if you never get to see what you could have got? Like, what if what you have now is only a small fraction of what the world has for you, or what the Lord has for you, or what you have for you in store for the rest of your future? What if you not taking these risks doesn't enable you to see all that you could have accomplished and all that you could have got, and then you do have regrets? And instead of that, it's just like the only other alternative to going forward is standing still. If you're not moving, then you're standing still, and you gotta be, or you're moving backwards. But don't nobody want to move backwards, man. So you gotta take these risks. You gotta take yourself out of your comfort zone, do the things that you're not comfortable with doing, take some risks. Start that book, start that business. Start hitting the gym, start doing whatever it was, start making friends, start getting out a little bit more, start joining groups. Join whatever you do, whatever you have to do. Start volunteering, maybe just whatever you feel like you have to do to start taking on these challenges and these risks in your life, because life is not fun lived when it's not. Like, there's not really too much left here for us to really do on a day-to-day basis, but challenge yourself and see what else you can do. Because life without these things, it's kind of boring. Like, you feel like, some people could feel like, oh, I'm doing good, I love my life, I love where I'm at, but that's only because you don't know what you could have been. And maybe, like, people say ignorance is bliss, but it's only bliss if you're ignorant. It's only bliss if you don't know what you could have got. And it's like, maybe you do like your life now. Maybe your life is okay, but your life could be so much better. And you don't know that unless you try. And if you feel deep down inside of you that you should be doing something, or you should be this way, and it's better, and it's better, then chances are you should probably be doing it. And the chances are you probably feel that reason. You probably feel that feeling for a reason. So you should act on it instead of just sitting back and being afraid. Because, and it ain't, fear is not good. Fear is not good. Fear does not come from the Lord. Fear does not, we were not born to have fear. We weren't created to have fear. Living this life, we shouldn't have fear. And everybody has fear. Everyone's afraid of something. But you don't have to be. You don't have to let it control you. You don't have to let it take you over. And you can push past it. You can persevere. And you can do better. You can get better. All you gotta do is start. So, if this video helped you, which I hope it did, drop a like, comment down below if you feel like any other ways or any other benefits of taking risks, and how this video helped you. And subscribe if you want some more videos, some more content related to helping you to have more peace of mind. All right, I'm out.